Meade County Local presents to you an interview with State Representative Nancy Tate, who represents Meade and Northern Hardin County. Today we're going to discuss the announcement by Nucor Corporation to build a steel mill in Brandenburg, Kentucky, and the projected economic impact. Representative Tate, welcome to the Meade County Local.
Great, thank you very much. I'm so excited about the opportunity to do this, and I'm so honored to be able to represent Meade and Northern Hardin counties as the state representative. You know, Nucor earlier this year, they made the announcement that they were going to build here in Brandenburg, and I am so thankful to the company for making that decision. You know, that's going to be an economic decision that's going to transform our county, the county and Brandenburg for generations to come.
Representative, earlier this year in March, Nucor Corporation announced its plan to build a $1.3 billion steel mill in Brandenburg. Since this announcement, do you have any other economic information that you can share with us?
With the announcement, Nucor said that there would be a committed 400 new jobs in plant with an annual average income of $72,000. The analyst said that we can anticipate 780 jobs with an annual wage income of $56 million. The analyst also said that statewide that we can anticipate 2,800 to 3,000 jobs with an annual wage income of $189 million. Now that 780 jobs that I referenced earlier with an annual wage income of $56 million, that would be on a 5-county region impact: Meade, Breckenridge, Bullitt, Hardin, and Jefferson County. In Meade County alone, we know that the household median income is $58,000. So this would be a tremendous economic development opportunity for Meade County alone.
How will the tax base be changed by an announcement of this size?
In addition to paying their property taxes on an annual basis, Nucor will also be paying a 3% usage tax on the electricity that they use. And so we know with the facility of that size, we can anticipate there to be a significant amount of income that will be going toward our school system. We know that our school system is quite obviously very important for our citizens, Meade County and Nucor. You know, in the past, one of the things that we have done is that we have lost our talent outside of our county, outside of our state, and now actually it's outside of our country. So these new jobs will give us the opportunity to promote a higher level of education for our students and hopefully to keep that talent here locally that we've worked so hard to build.
All of this information is very exciting. What does the timeline for production look like?
Anyone that drives past our industrial park can see that a lot of work has already been done. So when the announcement was made, we said that groundbreaking would be done in 2019. That groundbreaking is still scheduled to occur, and then with major construction in 2020, and then with production in 2022.
Via the analysis, did it include any information concerning the economic impact from the construction phase?
So this part of the analysis was a little bit speculative because we're not really sure exactly where people obviously are going to live. But we anticipate that the state will see approximately a 2-year boost with 1,500 to 2,000 new jobs with an annual wage income of $98 million.
In addition to changes for Nucor, what other industry changes are scheduled to occur? For example, I've heard that Monument Chemical might be closing.
Anytime you have a project of this size, of course, there's going to be a lot of rumors that flow. And so to my knowledge, Monument Chemical will not be impacted by Nucor. And I don't anticipate there to be an impact anytime in the near future for Monument Chemical. But we do know that CGB, or Consolidated Grain and Barge, will be moving. In order for us to provide the footprint that Nucor needs, CGB will have to move. And so they've been paid $12 million to move. There's also a hardship clause that has been built into that contract. If they cannot find a location within the next 3 years, then they will be paid a hardship award of $8 million. So to me, it's going to be kind of unlikely that CGB is going to be relocating here in the county because of that hardship clause. And I understand that the loss of CGB is going to have a tremendous impact to our farmers, you know, from a time-wise perspective and financially. But I haven't given up on trying to find a solution for them. I've been working with economic development in the Office of Agriculture Policy, and then also Commissioner Quarles. And we anticipate that we'll be able to hopefully find a competitor of CGB that will be willing to relocate or to set up here in Meade County. Now, one of the things that I've been asked is obviously, well, you know, how long is it going to take in order for us to get a competitor or an alternate solution here in the county. And I really can't project that, but I anticipate that will be done before 3 years.
As of right now, are there any issues that could possibly be showstoppers for this production?
Yeah, well, that's a really good question. And the thing is that there is certainly a white elephant in the room. And the white elephant in the room right now is our wastewater. So with a project the size of Nucor, and then also the anticipated growth that we can expect in our county, our wastewater in Brandenburg is not sufficient to handle that new capacity. So let's just back up a little bit. And right now, the wastewater plant does not meet compliance. So in order for us to bring the wastewater up to compliance, it would be a $3.4 million investment, and that's without Nucor or without any new population. So that's a $3.4 million project. With the additional population that we can anticipate, and then with also Nucor, then we're anticipating that could be maybe a $5 to $8 million investment. I know that there's been some discussions about where that money's going to come from. The 3.4 would obviously come from the city. Now, where would the additional money come for the $5 to $8 million? So there's been some discussion about whether or not we can expect the state or the federal to pick that up. And I think we need to look more local. I think we need to consider, we've got $56 million worth of annual wage income that we can anticipate. So whenever you take 56 million annual wage income, $5 to $8 million seems pretty insignificant. So while that is an issue that needs to be addressed, I think we really need to take into consideration whether or not we're willing to let a project of this size not be successful because of $5 to $8 million. And I know that there's not anyone in this area that would not want a project of this size with a 56 million annual wage income being left hanging.
Switching gears here a little bit, do you have any concerns about the availability of skilled workers?
We know that 70% of our population travels out of the county for employment, so what we're anticipating is that this will give some of those citizens the opportunity to move back in the county to use their skills. A study was done by Lincoln Trail Development District, and they said that there was enough skilled labor in this area to accommodate the workforce that Nucor and the support groups would be needing. We're also prepared to work with E-Town Community Technical College in order to make sure that we have the developed skills that we need for future expansion.
As you are aware, there are many naysayers out there who doubt not only the possibilities provided by Nucor, but also the potential for other major economic development projects. What do you have to say to these comments?
I decided to take a different approach. I'm really excited about the opportunities that Nucor and all these new jobs will provide for our region and then for the state as a whole. I'm really not doing this for myself, and I know that none of the local leaders are doing this for themselves. We're doing this for our children, and we're doing this for our grandchildren, and so this will actually have an impact for generations to come.
Representative, with changes this large, I'm sure we can expect some bad along with the good.
Of course, with a project of this size, we're going to have bad as well as the good. But I have a lot of faith in our local leaders and the communities to be able to recognize and to be able to work together in order to address any of the issues that we foresee in the future. One of the things that I have done is I have talked to the leaders in Georgetown. Georgetown is very similar to Meade County whenever Toyota decided to come into their area 30 years ago. So what we've done is we have contacted the leadership in Georgetown, and they're prepared to work with us to tell us what their lessons learned are. I take that as being wise whenever you can learn from the lessons of others. And I know that our local leaders and our community, that we can address any issue that comes forth. And in this case, I know the pain will be well worth the gain.
Representative Tate, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today, exclusively with the Meade County Local, to share with the community about this exciting opportunity.
Well, I certainly appreciate being able to use Meade County Locals as a communication mechanism, and I hope that my listening audience will stay tuned for more information in the future.
Ms. Tate, as we are closing up here, is there anything you would like to say to our viewers?
Yeah, quite obviously there are some people that I need to thank for the economic development opportunities that we have here in Meade County and in Kentucky. I need to recognize recognize Governor Bevan and his staff, especially the economic development team, for all the work that they did in order to bring this opportunity to Kentucky. You know, whenever we first started the conversations, Kentucky wasn't even being considered. And so our economic development team and basically the reputation of Governor Bevan landed this job for us, or landed this opportunity for us. There were several states that were being considered, and Kentucky wasn't even one of those states that was being considered. So Governor Bevan and the economic development team worked really hard in order to bring this opportunity to us. And then from an implementation perspective, we obviously have to thank and recognize our local leadership, Meade County RECC, and our state and local level officials. So I really appreciate this and all the efforts that have been done to make sure that this is an opportunity for Meade and the 5-county region and our next generation. Thank you very much. So I am Nancy Tate, State Representative for District 27, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.